Our news summary. Good evening. The Bishop of the Diocese of Port Victoria, Alain Harel, has in his Easter message compared the event of Easter as a germinating coconut whose force bursts the skin of the nut to let out a young sprout. This, he says, will grow and later will give clusters of coconuts. Bishop Harel says it is in the same way that the cross of Jesus opens our tombs of suffering with the force of thunder to let in the light of the resurrection, which illuminates the steps of the faithful until when all humans will go live with him in his endless light. There would be no resurrection without the life, crucifixion, and death of Jesus Christ. The Anglican Archbishop of the Seychelles Diocese, James Wong, is urging everyone to uplift their faith and spread the message of love and hope that Jesus Christ is risen from the dead. It's been 2 years in a row since Christians celebrate one of Christianity's most important feasts with an empty church.
My message to encourage the people of God as we celebrate Easter to go out and to share the good news and to share the message that Christ is risen, He's alive, and He loves the world. And in celebrating Easter, we are celebrating the victory of light upon darkness, celebrating the victory of life upon death.
As Christians around the world celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ, President Wailwa Ramkalawan wishes everyone a blessed Easter. He says that amid this global pandemic, despite the challenges of being unable to unite and celebrate, this Easter, however, urges us to adopt new ways of celebrating our faith, acknowledging God's love as a reminder of how blessed we truly are. President Ramkalawan says that near or far we can share love, good thoughts and wishes of kindness and goodwill, regardless of our distance, shortcomings and differences. This Easter, the head of state says, let us be reminded that during times of hardships, values of tolerance, respect for one another, and caring for all around us are the positive sentiments we share. He ends his message with the hope that God's love will protect our nation and allow us to continue living together as a people in harmony. May His light shine on our country. The Seychelles Chamber of Commerce and Industry says that the private sector needs more support to get back on its feet. This is one of the recommendations made after analyzing results from its last survey, which saw the participation of 93 businesses. According to the survey, 90% of businesses recorded a huge decrease in its operations since COVID-19 reached the country and had to close. 33% of businesses had to make some of their staff redundant, and another 40% will start the process soon. The SCCI's chairperson, Oliver Bastien, said that apart from support from the government, continued consultations between every stakeholder is also important, especially when it comes to national policies. Meanwhile, he says that the SCCI will be launching a guide for businesses to follow to help them better manage their operations. The former Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Ports and Marine, Alain Saintonge, is set to reposition tropical islands tourism in Indonesia. Mr. Saintonge will share his expertise to the development of tourism for the Indonesian islands and to assist with the challenging navigation of rebuilding tourism during a global pandemic as well as post-COVID-19. Mr. Saintonge, who is currently the president of the African Tourism Board, said his move will also spearhead the promotion of tourism between the African Union and ASEAN. Indonesia is one among the largest member states in ASEAN, and the Indonesia tourism is leading the way in their preparations for the much anticipated reopening of the world borders. Mr. Satange is expected to leave for Indonesia this month. More emphasis is being placed on beautifying homes in the community, plant fruit trees and vegetables, and to recycle. The Department of Environment is doing their share through a gardening competition for homes with large or small gardens or balconies. Registration forms will be available digitally from the Department of Environment until the end of April, and gardens will be judged towards the end of August and beginning of September. The Environment Officer, Jeannette Larue, says each garden in the three categories have to have the participation of the family and should have a positive impact on the wildlife and native plants around, amongst other criteria.
It's also to encourage people to reduce what they throw in the bins, like for example, reuse some of those big bottles as flower pots at home. And also we would like them to see them not only concentrate only on flowers, please include herbs, medicinal plants, for example. You can, for your big garden, you can always have native plants for your shades. You can always look for pallets for your benches in your garden.
And with this, we come to the end of this news summary. Thank you for watching. We'll be back at 8 for the news in Creole. Have a very pleasant evening.